Hi, students and families. We're going to work on strategies for reading long words. This information comes from the Reading Intervention Curriculum Rewards developed by Anita Archer. So first, this poster here is going to be super helpful. You're going to want to circle prefixes, suffixes, underline the vowel sounds, and then we'll say the parts of the word, say the whole word, and then we'll make it a real word. Sometimes, because vowels and vowel combinations make multiple sounds, we might sound a word out and it might not make sense or it doesn't sound right. And so that's why number 6 says make it a real word. These are great strategies that you can use for the rest of your life as you come across unknown words, and it will work for all words in English except for sight words that don't follow the rules, like the, was, is. So in this example, you can see the prefixes are re and con. Those are the word parts added to the beginning of words. The suffix we have is shun, so it's the end of a word. And then the vowel sound that's left is u, which says Next, you would say the parts of the word reconstruction. The word is reconstruction. Now, I'm going to give you a few tools to help you with this strategy. So the first one is the poster that we have in some of our classrooms. And just keep in mind that Rewards was developed for 4th through 12th grade students. We use it in West Valley beginning in 3rd grade usually, and then through middle school and junior high. So on top here we have the prefixes, and you'll notice they're in alphabetical order in these columns in black print. And then keywords listed in blue, and then the meanings of the prefixes. This first one can be a little bit tricky. A is a vowel that usually says a or a, but as a prefix, like in the word afraid, it makes the u sound, afraid. In the middle, we have the suffixes, so the word parts that come at the end of a word, and then the vowel sounds and vowel combinations. Notice there are some vowel combinations that make more than one sound, like EA says E as in meat or E as in thread. Same thing with OO and OW. If you would like some additional lists, these are some resources that I found just by Googling prefixes and suffixes list. And it's the first one that comes up is this Scholastic link. And this just could be another tool that you could print off, keep on your fridge, whatever works for you. Same thing with vowel combinations. If you need a little bit more practice identifying those, you could Google a vowel combination list. And this is a great list that pops up when you Google it. I don't think it's the first one, but you could look at any of those. These you could use to highlight the vowel combination or circle them, underline them, whatever you like to do, and practice reading them. You could time yourself. Just remember that it's more important to read the words accurately than it is to be fast. But it's just a great way to practice. You could also have somebody give you a spelling test with a certain vowel combination list of words. Is just another way to practice those vowel combinations. Okay, so now have a little bit of practice with this strategy from Rewards. So grab a piece of paper, something to write with, and jot these words down. And then you're going to use the strategies that we talked about. You're going to look for prefixes, circle those suffixes, underline the vowel sounds that are left, and then you should be able to sound the words out. So this is a good time to jot those words down and then pause the video as you use the strategies. Just remember, some words don't have prefixes or suffixes, but all words in English do have vowel sounds, and every word part in English has a vowel sound. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to correct your work. So we're going to go through each of these words. The first word, you should have circled the prefix X, and the suffix is shun, ul, li. And you underline the vowel sound that's left. The E says eh, so you sound the word out slowly. Exceptionally. Exceptionally. Next word you should have circled dis and the suffix shun. You underline that U that says and sound it out discussion. Discussion. Line 2, you circle that tricky prefix, that A that says and the suffix ment. You're left with one vowel sound. The E says so the word is amendment. Next word, you circle the prefix n. The suffix is est and ibble. And then when you try to sound this out, this is a little bit tricky. So most of the time we would say I says but if you try that, you might say indigestible, and that doesn't make sense. So here we have to look carefully and notice this I probably says I, and this G, because it's next to an E, is going to make the J sound. So we'll try again. Indigestible. Like you can't eat a pencil, it's indigestible. Your body can't break it down. Okay, line 3, you circle the prefix in and the suffix shun. And here we have a vowel combination ER and the vowel I that usually says I. So we break it apart. Intermission. If I said intermiss sun, I would have to say to myself, that doesn't make sense. I don't know a word like that. Intermission. Oh, I know. That's like a break in the middle of a play or something similar. Okay, next one, there are no prefixes, but there's a suffix, ate. So we underline the vowel combination OR and the vowel U, and we say formulate. Formulate. Next word, line 4, there are no prefixes, but there's a suffix shul. There's a vowel combination OR and the vowel E. It says so I say torrential. And you might have learned in your humanities classes that when you see a word with these double consonants, we usually break them apart there for syllables. So that just might be something stuck in the back of your head. Okay, let's say that word again. Torrential, like a torrential downpour, a really heavy rain. Okay, next word, we've got the prefix in and the suffix shun, and then a lot of vowels here. We've got an E that says this I says and an A. So let's try the word investigation. I might have said investigation, but again, that wouldn't make a real word, so I need to make sure it makes sense. Investigation. Hey, I hope that helps you out as you're doing your other work in your other classes or reading independently. Remember to look for the parts of words you know. That's the most important part, is look for things that you recognize and make the word make sense so that you can read it accurately. Make sure you're looking up words if you don't remember what they mean. Many of you, I've taught the strategy. If you go to Google and you use your little microphone here, you can click on it and ask what a word means, and Google will pop it right up. So you can just say, how do you spell indigestion? Oops, I didn't say it fast enough. So all you got was how do you spell. You want to say it a little bit faster. Okay, so, and then that'll also give you the meanings of the word. So you could ask, like, let's say torrential. You could ask Google, what does torrential mean?
Here's the definition of torrential: of rain falling rapidly and in copious quantities.
Okay, and then of course you can always click on additional things if you want to look for any additional information. There's nothing really on that one. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you with anything that you need during this time away from school. Take care.